Today we are going to talk about 7 insane space discoveries 2024. Viewers, did you know you probably have comet dust in your hair, or that precious metals come from dead stars? The universe is a place of wonder and mystery, and every year astronomers unveil new findings that challenge our understanding of the cosmos. This year 2024 has been particularly remarkable, with some jaw-dropping discoveries that might just change how you see the universe. From the idea that your hair collects tiny particles from space to the revelation that some stars are cool enough to touch. The latest astronomical research is filled with astonishing insights. Imagine finding out that there could be as many as 10 billion Earth-like planets in our Milky Way alone, or that Saturn's rings through vast are incredibly thin. Precious metals like gold and silver are formed in the violent collisions of dead stars, and the number of stars in our galaxy might surpass the total number of humans who have ever lived. Even asteroids, once thought to be simple rocks, can have rings and moons. These discoveries highlight the vastness and complexity of the cosmos, making us realize how small yet interconnected we are with the universe. Let's explore these fascinating findings without further ado. At number 1, it's your hair collects space dust from comets. Viewers, every day Earth receives several tons of material from space. While some of these arrives as bright meteors, the majority gently falls as nearly invisible space dust. Remarkably, around 5,200 tons of this dust lands on our planet each year. Composed of tiny rocks and metal particles, this dust originates mainly from Jupiter family comets. Unbeknownst to us, every time we step outside, we catch some of this space dust in our hair only to wash it away later. Imagine that, tiny pieces of space right on your hand. At number 2, some stars are so cool you could touch them without scalding your hand. Stars are typically thought of as incredibly hot, but some, like brown dwarfs, are surprisingly cool. Brown dwarfs, often referred to as failed stars, are too small to sustain nuclear fusion. The coolest among them, Y-type stars, have surface temperatures just above absolute zero. Viewers, with temperatures around tens of degrees Celsius, these stars would not burn you if you could touch them. It's fascinating to think that some stars in our galaxy are cool enough to handle. At number 3, there could be as many as 10 billion Earth-like planets in the Milky Way. In 2019, astronomers analyzed data from the Kepler Space Telescope and the European Space Agency's Gaia mission. They estimated that about 1 in 6 stars might have an Earth-sized planet in its habitat zone, suggesting there could be tens of billions of Earth-like planets in the Milky Way. Considering that the Milky Way contains between 100 billion to 400 billion stars, this means that there could be up to 10 billion planets with conditions suitable for life. The broadening criteria for habitability further increase the chances of finding life-supporting planets. The universe is teeming with possibility. At number 4, Saturn's rings are incredibly thin. Although Saturn's rings appear solid and continuous, they are composed of countless pieces of ice and rock. These rings, extending nearly 140 kilometers from Saturn's equator, are only a few hundred meters thick. To put it in perspective, if Saturn's rings were scaled down to the size of a Blu-ray disc, the disc would need to be about 1 kilometer wide to match the rings' proportions. Despite their massive breadth, the rings are astonishingly thin. At number 5, its precious metals like silver and gold are forged when dead stars collide. When neutron stars, the remnants of exploded stars, collide, they produce immense quantities of precious metals. These collisions generate more energy than a supernova, creating heavy elements like silver, gold, and uranium. This process, called our process, nucleosynthesis, involves atomic nuclei rapidly capturing neutrons under extreme temperatures and pressures. Consequently, the gold or silver in your jewelry might have originated from the spectacular collisions of dead stars. At number 6, the number of stars in the Milky Way is probably higher than the number of humans that have ever been born. Estimating the number of stars in the Milky Way is challenging due to the vastness and obscurity of many regions. Viewers, however, astronomers estimate there are between 100 billion to 500 billion stars in our galaxy. In contrast, anthropologists estimate that about 110 billion humans have ever lived. This means the number of stars in the Milky Way likely exceeds the total number of humans ever born, underscoring the immense scale of our galaxy. At number 7, asteroids can have rings and moons. Asteroids such as the small celestial body Chariklo can have rings. Chariklo, which orbits between Saturn and Uranus, possesses a pair of rings, making it the smallest known object with a ring system. Asteroids can also have moons, for example, Ida and Dactyl, discovered by NASA's Galileo spacecraft, revealed that asteroids could have their own natural satellites. Viewers, these discoveries demonstrate that even small celestial bodies can have complex and intriguing features. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Infoburst for more captivating content.